Hello, and how are you this evening? I am local enough. If you have not met me before, then hello. Congratulations. Thanks for making it here. I'm just sending a couple messages in my Discord because even though I'm going to be uploading this to YouTube, and this is probably what you're going to see first, I'm primarily a Twitch streamer, and most of my Twitch streamer people will be seeing this, and like live, of course, and etc., etc., etc. So anyway, that is sent off. Thank you for joining me tonight. I'm going to be running Tier 6 Darks and Hawks. It makes buckets of ISK, but it is not the easiest thing in the world to run. But I thoroughly enjoy running it. I wouldn't mind getting up to 6 boxing, but that would be quite a challenge. Interesting challenge, but a challenge nonetheless. So here is what I have in my inventory. Starting off, we got hard shells for the tank. These guys have pyro. Navy cap boosters. This guy leaves some space to loot things. Realistically, you're going to want a DPS to loot things, not your tank. However, because my tank is the one who gets primarily seen, he's the one that you get to watch. So that is that. Let's move this over to here. Minimize that. There we go. So, hard shell, cap boosters, Scourge Fury, blue pill, state damage booster. Use event boosters when and if you can. So they're not necessarily worth breaking the bank for, but every little bit does make a difference. And synth crash. You can also use standard crash, but it has more side effects if it goes the wrong way. And it might make you re-roll if you re-roll things. I'm a terrible streamer. I don't re-roll drugs. You should look it up and do it. Especially if you're running this high of a tier. I have run a lot of these. I've successfully completed 1,300 tier 6s and almost 3,500 tier 5s. I've had a lot of practice at this. So maybe you'll go in and you'll absolutely massacre the whole thing right from the get-go. Maybe you won't. Just be aware that I got here by a lot of practice. Oh crap, this is off. Son of a bitch. One sec, let me fix my screen. It's okay. You guys still should have been able to see everything that I just did. Just matters more for here. The right-hand side got cut off. Alright. And there's that. All the boosters and stuff. Let me double check to make sure it showed. Scrub. Anyway, one sec here. Let's do that. Let's open this. Could you see this the whole time? You're on the wrong goddamn characters. Anyway, one second here. It's even worse. Let's pop over here. Pop over here. There we go. Okay, so let's fix that now. And that one would have shown up fine because that's not on my widescreen. So I have my widescreen. I put it down to a normal size screen, and I have my stream chat there. So hard shell, boosters, light missiles, booster, and I also had a state damage 1, which is good for a little bit longer. Oh, you can see it up here too. State damage booster 1, 2% bonus. So these guys, they're good till September 5th, so we've got a little over a month left on them yet. Alright, and we are going to go into the Abyss. Just give me 1 second here. Need to peek something. Assuming that is exactly that. Okay, cool. So, this guy. Cataclysmic Darks, we're going to Tier 6 Darks. These make nice buckets of ISK for me. No, not that character, that character. Do have to check something on this character. Oh, and we're good there. Activate, activate, activate. And I have to start up some draws because I do draws in my stream. What are you yapping for? No, remind me later. No guest stars. Ooh, Rodivas, medium deviant. Round a red cloud. Red clouds don't bother me that much. So, for this, my general preference is to destroy the DPS first. Even with Rodivas, you can kill them, so it's generally not a huge issue to shoot at them. I'm going around to Deviant because what the Deviant will do is it's going to, the medium Deviant specifically, there's also a, was there a short range? Yes, there's also a short range over here. I go around the medium Deviant. The medium Deviant does not mess with my missiles. The other Deviant does. Short range deviant destroys your missiles. So some people will be like, I'm going to the short range deviant. Does not work, not a good idea. The DPS and tackle can still get you, and then you can still die. So I don't recommend that unless you've thinned out the DPS. I had one room earlier, on the other hand, where I thinned out the DPS, and there was a medium and short range. So after I thinned out the DPS, I went into the short range, and both of them hit it. Ooh, that was a quick room for tier 6. So there are ways to do it, but do it carefully and get used to it first. So we're a little close to the edge on this. However, that's all right. Hit a speed cloud, but we're just gonna yeet ourselves over here a little bit. We'll be all right. Helps if you shoot though. Okay, so we're at the speed cloud. We're gonna head over to the cache. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3. No, 1, 2, 3 on the Rodivas, and we should get there. Okay, more coffee. DPS weren't dying for a minute because of that speed cloud. Yeah, you can do that. Could get this guy to start shooting the Rodivas after. That one should be, you make sure it's dead. Okay, we are starting to shoot the Rodiva number 1 there. So at this point in time, there's not enough DPS here that we're going to be worried about it. 130 million-esque, and that's why we're, nope, loot. Don't not loot it. And we're going to just run up here a little bit. Hey, Verani, how you doing tonight? Woo, I'm not talking to myself anymore. I mean, it'll be great for the YouTube video later, but still. So glad that I was showing everyone nothing because I was on the wrong character in my YouTube video at the start. It picked up my holler. It's like, great. Thanks, game. Target these guys and these guys. Not too bad. I mean, we had a little bit of a rough spot. Like, not overly rough, minorly rough. We all, my family, oh, thank you. My family all got strep throat, me first. That's why I haven't been on in 2 weeks. I am extremely sick of getting sick. I can't even describe to you. It's been non-stop since the new year. And we've all been on antibiotics. So I'm done mine. The other two are almost done theirs. And I'm happy that I could get back here. So terrible. And it's like, I'm like, okay, so it's probably not going to be strep. Like, I get, my tonsils are like just huge. You know, they're massive tonsils in the back of my throat. They're terrible. And I get tonsillitis all the time. I used to get one as a kid. I had it once and my tonsils swelled up. And they stayed huge for 4 goddamn months. And I had a cough for 4 months. Well before COVID, thankfully. But still annoying. And so I'm like, okay, it's going to be tonsillitis. And they do it, and I go home. And they're like, we'll call you if it's strep and you need antibiotics. I'm like, okay, and it'll probably be like tomorrow, right? They're like, yeah, probably tomorrow. And like 15 minutes later, they call me, and they're like, yeah, you have strep. You have to come back and get antibiotics. I'm like, son of a bitch. But I got it out of the way, so that's the main thing. Let's kill these guys. We kill the frigates first. Not the skybreakers. They don't really matter. They're not real frigates. Okay, what is this one? Short, medium, medium. We're fine with that. I have a medium deviant targeted that I do not want to. Okay, so we've got the arrestor and attacker after these guys. You guys are supposed to be approaching me. That's on me. Not bad, not bad. Getting better, Daravis, thankfully. I'm like I was saying a minute ago, I'm kind of sick of being sick. There is an arrestor here that I have not killed. Oh wait, no, that's the marshal. Okay, we're good. I'm like, there's a frigate. I heard that the servers went down. So, what was it I saw? Oh, I was in the Abyssal chat, And somebody was like, hey, after the servers went down, my stuff was there, but I logged on today and my modules were gone. I'm like, okay, I didn't hear anything about that, but alright. Let's approach this, shoot that, you're still shooting that, you can shoot this drainer. We're doing alright on that. Why did people lose their Marauders? Like, surprised that happened. Usually if the servers, like, depending on the situation, when the servers go down, usually you just lose a bit of like a little bit of progress, a little bit of the state of the game. Usually it rolls back. It's not too often that the big server crashes, you know, real-time update. Like, it's not usually you lose connection. It's usually the servers are gone. Ooh. I mean, things like that are a known issue, CCP usually replaces them. That's just the way it goes. Yeah, imagine all those. We should just start rolling those big drones for fun. What were the big drones called? What were the big drones called? Geckos. There we go. I remembered. I was having issues with Abyss tracker earlier today. I didn't check it again to see if it's up. I'm assuming so. They're heavy drones, right? There's a heavy drone mutaplasmid, and they're heavy drones. I don't get them, but I mean, you can buy them off the market. They're from the crab beacons. That's all I know them to be called. I don't know what else to call them. Whatchamacallums do. Alright. This is the one I want to stay away from. I'm not even sure which way I'm driving these guys right now. How far away are we? Oh, 37. We've got some space here. Okay, so we got 2 renewing dead. Perfect. If you can get rid of that, be fairly happy. What about 1? Let's orbit 1 at 1,000. Let's get rid of you. Now, I don't like how close I am there, but if I can get close in range and kill him, then I can orbit this guy at 1,000. And then hopefully everyone else, yeah, everyone else is up here. And that's not where the tower is. Are you hitting, or do I need to switch targets on you? You should be able to get missiles out and hit. Yeah. Yeah, we're good. Damn it. Approach, orbit. Alright, let's see how close they are. No, I think we're fine. Yeah, we're 25 away. We're good. Oh, thank you. I do need to put that up. I meant to. I was working on that. Although you know that's not what it is either. Keyword in chat. Horde. Horde. Although, I have also not been on for a little bit, so that's a little on me too. Okay, so these guys, yeah, they did go into range of that a little bit. Okay, this is a fairly quick one. We're 11 and a half minutes in, and we're on the last Leshik, and then we're getting loot. So let's grab these. Okay, that guy there, that guy there, that one there. And what's this? 158. Do I want to bother with Abyss Tracker today? Let's see if I can get on there. Activate. Activate. Time on that. That's about 12 minutes. 12:15. All of my guys are coming out. Approach there, approach there, approach there. Let's see if I can get into you. Authorize. Add a run. Open fleet hangar. See, this is why I gave up on it earlier. New run. 5 copy. 12:15 paste and save. I mean, just something nice and easy, right? Move this over here, and let's see if that works or not. The Abyss Tracker site has been really slow. I don't know why. 3 there. Run saved, redirecting. We might make it then. We should be good. Alright, let's activate that for fleet. Didn't actually look at how much that was. That about 385 million in 12 minutes and 15 seconds. All right, we're right beside this already. Orbit you. Blast Lance first is usually my preference. So here's the thing: you have a 47-kilometer range on your missiles. If they're a little further than 47, they're probably going to fly into your missiles. Shoot them anyway. Ooh. I mean, there's lots of things that you can do to make ISK. Even so, it depends on what amount of ISK you're looking at making. Like, it really does. Do you have a low threshold as to what you want to make? Do you have a goal? Like, what are you trying to do? Oh, similar to that? Ooh. Okay, now you're talking something a little bit harder. Because here's the thing. Well, so tier 5, we're talking what about must be more than 50 million a run for those, because if it was less than that, you wouldn't make anything. Give me 1 second here. I'll take a quick look. So how much does that make you roughly per hour? I make in tier 5s about 700 divided by 3, so about 250. You can run missions, and if you run them well, if you're blitzing missions, and you can run the burners like that guy does right there. Then you can absolutely go and make just about as much just by running high-sec missions. It takes some practice, and the bigger thing is to kind of cut down your times as much as you possibly can. There's times where you can make more than that 200, 250 million an hour. And that is simply by, what they do is they have these boosters that increase your standings when you get standings, and that allows you to decline more missions, and that lets you get more anomics. And the anomics is where the real risk is at for those. They take a little bit of learning, and you need pretty good skills for them, but you can absolutely do it. So T5 also has 70% penalties. T5 and 6 are the same penalties. Also, the penalties for me, they're not penalties. They are only benefits. If this is minus 70, I'm not using turrets. It's affecting the ships after me. So I haven't done it, but I do know. Yeah, see, I already shouted you out, DD. I know that running one character in missions can absolutely get you in the ballpark of 200 million easy. And again, if you have the Potec, I think those are not that one. I think the boosters are done again. But if you have the boosters that they come out with occasionally, I think like twice a year maybe, sometimes, then those will absolutely boost you over that. And the person who originally started running those, as DD is well aware, and that's, I'm pretty sure, the entire reason he started running them, was Hateless Gaming, who passed away in an accident. So, I think Hateless ended up moving to Marauders. I'm not 100% sure, but I do know that one of the faster ways of blitzing missions was actually the Macarial, and the reason for that is just that the Macarial is a lot quicker to travel back and forth. And a lot more of the time is going back and forth between places. And no, not back, Mac. A lot of the time is travel time. And the warp speed and warp acceleration roll bonus really made a dent in that. And that's why it was a popular ship for a very long time for that. But people have switched to Marauders lately for their missions. But it's not necessarily the best. I mean, T4 are easier than Tier 5, just for the simple fact that they're easier than Tier 5. They're a lower tier, but they also have less rewards is the problem, right? Same as, that's why I'm running Tier 6s, is because the rewards are bigger. Is it easier? No, Tier 5 is definitely easier. I could probably get away, I could run Tier 5s probably with about a, oh, no, you guys regroup. With a, I want to say 99, 98% win rate. This is probably 95, 90 to 95. If I can run 18 of these before I die, I'm doing fantastic. That's a ton of ISK. They're paid off in about 4 runs, like the entire fleet is. So you multiply that by 4, yeah, you're doing all right. However, you make more ISK per hour with the better loot from the higher tiers. The higher the tier you can run, the better. You are webbed, and I don't like it. What's webbing? No. Nothing's webbing you. Something was webbing you and is no longer. Alright, perfect. That's what I want to hear. See this guy? He fell behind, and I don't like that. But I had to kill the heralds first. They interfere with your missile distance a lot. Oh yeah, no, it's absolutely huge. So, if it weren't for the cost of the filaments, Tier 6 would be a clear winner in what I run. Like, however, because the filaments are about 100 million ISK per run for me, if I make 350, then I essentially have to chop off 100 of that, and it's 250. However, 250, if I can get 4 runs in an hour, is tremendous amounts of ISK. That's 1.4 billion. Chop off 400 for 4 runs, that's a billion ISK. If I'm running Tier 5s, it's 750 before I take into account filaments. So, no, it's absolutely huge going from one to the other. Now, I mean, you're not wrong. I still need to work on that. I think I have 4 characters I need to run in to get to kill a drone and make sure they all have proper standings with Triglavians. Possible bonus 2,000 days. What are you talking about, DD? Let's shoot that. Let's shoot the knight. Get him out of the way. Is it how old our corporation is? Oh, nice. I definitely don't do math like that. Might be a little bit of a shorter stream today. I'll keep the prices the same just because I like to. But work's been a little worky, so. $160 million there. Let's approach there. Let's approach there. No, already did that. Get there. Okay, you're good. You're all reloaded. Good job, you guys. Oh, yeah, it does. So it's not perfect, but I usually assume like at least a 25% increase in time. And so what the better question is what rooms are the problem for you? What rooms make it so that you take that much longer? I would guess Deep Watcher, Endobenthic, and Charybdis, if I were a betting person. And those rooms will take you a little bit longer. They have more tank. There's more Scyllas, there's more Fealties. Charybdis, I think, is about the same. Endobenthic has a little bit more, so actually, I was on Draugrs. Hawks are always my favorite. I've got a lot of practice in with these guys. And I just kind of wanted to grind a little more risk up. I have a small goal of my own, which is weird because I don't usually have goals. And I've definitely been slacking on this many things, at least. So I slacked off a tiny bit on my twice a tiny bit on my PI. I didn't kickstart them as early as I should have the other day, and I have a couple planets I still need to set up. Individual planets, so it's not so bad, but still. I have been slacking off on selling things in Heck. If you have, you know what, I might make a request thing in my Discord for things for Heck. That doesn't sound like a terrible idea. My goal is, and this is what I've been slacking off on, is that I want to bring more stuff to the smaller trade hubs. However, it's fairly difficult for me to anticipate what kinds of things you guys are looking for in those smaller trade hubs. I don't know if you're looking for ships. I don't know if you're looking for specific fittings. I don't know what you're looking for. But my goal is to start throwing some of that stuff out there. It will be on a, I'm going to make a bit of a profit kind of basis for it. At the same time, I'm not going to be gouging. My goal is to make sure there's a bit of a supply and that, there's stuff at these places for you. It might require another character. I'm not sure yet. Wow, that was another quick one, wasn't it? Let me just check here, make sure everything's fine over this way. It is. So what I'm doing there is, it's no secret I have an orc outside. Time on that is 12:05. We'll go with that. And so I check my orca to make sure that there's nobody out here waiting to kill me, as sometimes there is. They haven't tried to kill my orca yet. Knock on hat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 12 minutes, 5 seconds. Whew. It's not a bad haul. Paste. Save and return. Move that to the Orca. 3 more Cat Darks. Shit. Orca. Oh yeah, so they came to kill my Draugrs once, and they were bumping my Orca off. However, they bumped it in a direction where I was able to warp it off to a planet pretty quickly. I still had time anyway in the Abyss. And I warped off, and they're like, well, he can warp back now, so let's just screw off. And they didn't bother trying to murder me. Ooh, I don't like this one. For so many reasons. Alright, what's over this way? Let's go this way. Bad idea time. I love bad idea time. It's literally one of my favorite times. None of those, so let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. Approach. So right now I'm having these guys approach. They are not going to orbit. They're going to approach. There's a specific reason for it, and you will see it in just a moment. We're going to kill some tangling, then we're going to kill this harrowing. We are webbed by 4 guys. Once we get a couple dead and we split off, we're going to focus on that harrowing there. Come on. Don't make me switch targets. I don't want to. But I will. Okay, switching targets. 2, 2, and 2. Okay. AB's off. Okay, 1, 1, and 1. I do not recommend this, by the way, if anyone was curious. Overheat your hardener. We're going to shoot the harrowing. Why? Oh, son of a... Apparently I did not use boosters on this guy. I'm like, why is this guy struggling with his shield and this dude's fine? Oh, he doesn't have boosters on. Alright, well, that'll do it. Yeah, so the scary damage is one thing, because, I mean, there's definitely more marshals, and Kikis will spawn in those. But the other big thing is it does take more time. Usually time is the thing that I'm scared of. Because if you can't get the DPS to get over the time, then you just can't do it. Like, that's the problem I have with the Nurgles. The Draugrs are actually quite good. But the Nurgles, they have a time issue, and that's a big problem for me. But I do love that they run the cheapest filament out there. You know what? I have never tried them with MWDs, though. I feel like that's scary. But you know what? There are other fits that use MWDs. That could potentially work. Okay, so keep in mind, I've not shot any of these ghosting yet. At all. Somebody yelled at me for posting this on YouTube, and it was the funniest thing ever. It's like, you ruined it for everyone! CCP's gonna fix it! It's like, have you seen CCP fix things, sir? You are very wrong if you think that this is going to make any kind of difference to CCP. CCP is... This is not new. This has been here for a very long time. It's a little exaggerated with the speed clouds that CCP put in, but no, not new. Okay, let's regroup everyone. AB's back on. We're going to start heading out because now these guys are dead. This room can potentially take me more than 7 minutes, and this time we are currently at still 5 left, and I only have the tiny little frigates left. These guys do not fly out to shoot me, just the other ones do. And that's the thing. Living outside the red wall. That's the scary thing, Daravis. Well, I was glad I realized this guy didn't have goddamn boosters on. To be fair, that was scarier to me. It's like, why did I not pop those? I'm 2 sites in, and actually now I've screwed that up. But that's alright. I can fix that. I can fix that. Reload, reload, reload. Might jump him. We'll see. Which I don't usually do, but his 4-hour one is a nice cheap one, so if I lose it, it's really not a big issue. 68, that's kind of scary how terrible that was. Cost me 35 just come into each one of these rooms. $35 million a room. Takes me 3 darks to get in here. 3 rooms, 1 room, yeah. That's how I like to look at it. Now, most of the time when it's like well, it's not most of the time 160, but still, most of the time when it's around 160, it's well worth it. 65, a little bit less so. Okay, so for this, I like to try to stay out of range of the Charybdis, take down the support ships, especially the webs and the newts. This is a -70, so Charybdis probably has 20 kilometer or so range. So just kind of kill everything the best you can, and then work on Charybdis after you get the threatening ones down. So threatening ones, pretty well always newts and tanglers, and that's about it. After that, you don't care so much. Hey, Guts, how's it going? Pay attention to clouds. This looks fine, but no, I guess that looks fine. Yeet clouds, those things can be hard to see and they can be very deadly. So make sure you're not flying into those. Okay, all the newts are dead. No, I lied. No, I didn't. All the newts are dead. He just ran into cap at the wrong time. Okay, this guy. Not too bad, not too bad. Same thing. Just doing some nice light T6s tonight. Okay, webs are down. We can shoot Charybdis. So here you have a choice. You can, for Charybdis, you can orbit Charybdis. I don't recommend it unless you're away from this and you're away from this. However, if you are, orbiting at 7,500 or 5,000 is fine. You just don't want to be around blue clouds, and you don't want to be around tracking towers, and you definitely don't want to be around both of those. So if you're far enough away that you don't have to worry about that, then absolutely get into a nice orbit. Shouldn't be an issue. Get to fly around, have a good time. PI still need... So, it's all kickstarted for today. It's on a 2-day cycle. I started it yesterday, so it's good. I still have a little bit to do with it. I have... So, my 4 newer accounts are almost Interplanetary 5 and Command Center 5. I know I have 1 character between accounts 5 and 9 that needs training. So my 4 newer ones, they all got MCTs, so they're clipping along at a really good pace. But some of my 5 to 9s, they didn't get MCTs, and I didn't switch over training, I think, on one of them, which I need to do. I'm actually going for, because I got MCTs, I'm going for max skills on all PI. So when I go and I kickstart my extractors, what it says I'm going to get is what I'm going to get. It's not going to be any of this, oh, you're getting 800,000, and then I go back to it to double check, and it's like 300,000. Screw you. No, they're all going to have max skills in the end, and I'm talking advanced planetary 5. Like, I'll know exactly where everything is. I'll put it there, and it will go fantastic. So I picked up about 15 billion worth on the weekend. I converted some of that to Plex because, I mean, I'm going to need to Plex my dudes. So I've got 6,500 Plex, or essentially 13 full price months of game time. And I don't pay full price for game time. Now, before you guys go and are like, 15 billion PI, he's cheating. No, I'm using 13 accounts. So if you consider that, like the 6,500 Plex I have at full price, I don't pay full price, is going to be that 6,500 Plex for 1 month. It is not cheap for me to run those. However, I'm kind of looking at the longer, yes, 13 accounts that are Omega. I'm looking at the longer term plan, and they're going to be eventually skill extracted. Oh, you son of a... Well, the Valleys, I guess, makes up for it. That's 2 terrible rooms. I've made 100 million ISK in 2 rooms, and before you say, Loki, shut the hell up, like, my filaments are 100 million ISK, so I've done 2 rooms and made my filaments back. Anyway, it's not usually this bad. That is the worst luck I've seen in these in a long time. 1, yes, not usually 2. So yeah, 15 billion ISK over 3 weeks. What does that work out to for Plex? So 15, 1, 2, 3. No, we'll say 14 because it was a little bit less. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Divided by, we'll say 5. That's supposed to be 5 million times 5. Divide 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. 2,800 Plex, so about 6 months worth. Does that sound right? Does not sound right. Nah, maybe. Might not have been exactly 3 weeks either. Regardless. They should about pay for themselves off. Not necessarily completely. However, there's more value than just the ISK itself. There's also the skill points, which is not taken into account there. Now, me being the slacker I am, I did not have 13 accounts with characters that all had 5 million skill points. That would have made a difference. However, once it gets a little further along, it'll be fine. And okay, I'm like, is there a goddamn E-Cloud that's going to take me out of the abyss? I was genuinely concerned for a sec. Does not look like... Oh wait, you're the one being shot at. Son of a bitch. Still, there's not much strike lance left. I'm not overly worried about it. We're going to kill these guys. We're going to head somewhat back in this direction, but we're going to go towards this blue cloud instead because I don't want to go in the E-Cloud. I'm not going to kill the goddamn frigates if I'm in the E-Cloud. And we'll go from there. I think I have 2 guys shooting him. That's fine. There we go. If I have to, I can even stop at this point. Actually, you know what? There is not a reason for me to not go into this blue cloud here. These guys will die so much better in that blue cloud. And I saw the edge of it there somewhere. So you can kind of see the glow there. There it is. Blue cloud. Alright. Shoot that guy, shoot that guy. Should be good now. However, I still need to kill these guys before I pop out. I've been playing Diablo 4. I have a level 63 Barbarian in the season. He is spin to win currently. I kind of want him to switch him to Thorns, but I've heard some fun things about Thorn Barbs. I definitely have enough of the Murder Crystals from PvP to get me through the achievements that are on the go. the season stuff. I think I have 17,000, and I think you need 10 to get that. Okay, so you're going to approach here. You guys are going to approach Origin. Peak. Oh, it's unusual, actually. Not in a bad way. Not too often that characters by themselves in the system. It's a moderately busy system. 2-4, thank God. Okay, so I was running well under average for this site, and that just saved it by far. Okay, so 15 minutes and 20 seconds. No, 15. And let's approach here, approach here, approach here. Then we go open fleet hangar. Stack that. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. Copy 327 million and 1515. Paste and save over to you. Cat of Darks. Let's grab 3 more of those. Activate for fleet. That one, that one, and that one. And this will be the 4th one for the hour. I still have 15 minutes left on boosters. This is a nice sight to see for the first room. Let's not go towards... Okay, this looks like the least speedy of the speedy type clouds, so let's go for that. This is a mixed damage room. Couple strike and some spark for you. There we go. Up this way more. So yeah, I'd say that T5 Cruiser, you could probably make about as much running missions. It takes quite a bit of practice to get up to that point. You're not going to hit it immediately. And it's about efficiency. It's about getting here as quick as possible. Now, I know one of the older guides that I read, it wasn't one necessarily that Hateless agreed with, but it talked about having the warp implants to get from point A to point B quicker. Because the issue, again, and that's why the Macarial was good for missions, is you're just trying to get there to do it fast. You're not trying to be blingy or be like super tank. You're trying to get there, do it, get out, done. And that's that. And a lot of people T4. So Ariana, that is a good question. I do like that. Yes and no. Like, there's going to be situations where you can't do that, but for the most part, you could probably get to that point. Now, you might be talking about, like, orbit at 1,000, but you can probably do, like, orbit at 20, orbit at 30 to start, and then bring it in. Now, there's going to be issues. Speed clouds can be a problem with that, and short-range deviants can be a problem with that. Because short-range deviants destroy missiles on Hawk, so if you go to the gate, and there's a stinking deviant tower right here, well, you can't sit on the gate. You can pick another spot, you can pick another tower, you can drop a single light missile, or some hookers. Was it hookers or was it specifically strippers? 1 second here. I can't remember if there's hookers in this game. Let's go finance, contracts, search. No, I can't look up contracts here. God damn it. Anyway. Whatever your choice to drop is, you can drop something and you can orbit that. If there's no acceptable gates or other things for you to go around. So usually the extraction nodes, they're not suitable to go around. They're usually on something and really close to the edge. So I would not do that. Exotic dancers, absolutely. So you can drop a single missile out there, orbit that, and you'd be fine. Finish the site, go to the next one. Needless to say, if I can run 2 sets of 2 Jackdaws, there's probably a way to make Jackdaws do it fairly well. God damn it. It's hard to say. You could actually, you know what? I would be willing to say you can do it for the simple fact that T4s, the endobenthics, do not web, so that wouldn't be a huge issue. So barring a lucky shot from a Charybdis, you could over-tank it so that they could do it. The only other issue might be cap. But you just said so you could orbit something. So look, we're just going to orbit this. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. We're going to kill these guys. And I'm just not going... Well, actually, this is a little bit easier of one. There's no towers in here. So you don't have to worry about that short range. And even... no, you don't want to orbit that short range either. Anyway. I'm like, you could orbit the short range at 30. You'll be out of the missile range that it destroys. But if there's slower ships, that's not going to work for you. That blue cloud's not going to help me, though. Okay, target that. So something like this would just be easier to not do this. Like, actually, I could be in a little bit of trouble.
Mercy is the mark.
Recon, thank you for the sub and distracting me. I appreciate it.
Good man.
Alright, now we're fine. We're getting out of that blue cloud, and we got rid of the bigger parts of the newts. 2 upholders, 2 watchmen. Let's kill that last newt, and that'll be fine. So you might want to focus the newts down first in a few cases, because newts are, if you can keep your tank going, then you'll probably be fine. But yeah, no, I think you could totally do probably tier 4s. Again, you might need to over-tank it a little. And over-tanking costs money, but should be doable. This guy is pretty far away because he's webbed. But we're going to fly across, so we should catch up a little bit. Okay. I wasn't that close. This guy has an ADC on. He still has all his armor and structure. He's fine. But it does help to avoid a lot of things, so you can orbit, but it's not really recommended in any case. 154, Perun, Gravid Ballistic, couple Katas. The least expensive Cataclysmic is still 10 million ISK, so they're always worth something. I don't think one of those was Firestorm, but that's alright. Even if it was, I like those Firestorms too. So I really wish I could run tier 6 Nurgles in fires, but it's just a little too challenging. Maybe I just haven't tried hard enough. I haven't made an expensive, you know, I could make more expensive fit. With an MWD. Just yeet right out of the abyss. Alright. To be fair, the Nurgles actually don't need their props on all of that much. Still stuck on 13 accounts, eh? Yeah, I have 13 PI accounts, 39 characters doing PI. And they're all good until at least October. Ooh, this is a terrible room. I love it so much. Okay. This is gonna suck. Who wants to watch me possibly die? This is gonna be fantastic. It's so bad. Alright. Oh, and blue clouds. There's the Thunder Child right there. Boom. Arrest her first. Then we will go... it'll have to be Drainers after that. One and two. Oh, nice. He neutered a different guy. Boom. Eat it, sucker. Orbit 1,000. You know what? I don't even need to actually kill him next. Orbit 1,000. Pop that. Pop that. Hey, Co, how's it going? I know, right? Stupid, stinking strep throat. Just cannot catch a break this year. I just cannot. 1, 2, 3. Orbit this at 1,000. Locable online. Okay, so don't do that. The proper way to do this room is to not yeet at all of the marshals. That's not, especially the drainings, not the right way to do it. The right way to do it is to fly away, kill all the pacifiers first, come back, or sorry, kill all the cruisers that are in range, come back, kill the newts, kill the web that you're going to stay well away from, kill the Thunder Child, and then you're fine. That's the proper way to do it. Not the shit I just did, okay? Or that at 1,000, marker, 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 and then it doesn't matter which ones you target after that. Alright. So now we're just orbiting the gate, waiting for... Oh my god, this is another quick one, wasn't it? I've had a bunch of like 12, 13 minute ones today. I still have 3 minutes left on my boosters. So usually what I try to do is I aim to have about this much time left on my boosters for this last room, because it takes about 2 minutes, then you have control of it, they split DPS. You don't necessarily need the full rep of everything. So usually it's fine at that point. However, obviously I beat that by a few minutes on there, and that's fantastic. 4 runs in an hour and 5 minutes is really good. It means that your boosters are just spread out a little bit more, 30% more. I was not looking at that right thing. 12 minutes and 20 seconds. Okay, so let's go approach there. Open that. Dock. Dock, what did I say? 12 minutes and something seconds? God damn it. Stack that. That. Copy, move that over. I'm gonna say 12 and a half minutes, whatever. I don't care. I don't care. Okay, maybe I care a little bit. Dock that. Page expires. See, this is why I'm not happy with the Abyss Tracker these days. Okay, it's not going into Abyss Tracker. That will be that. Create a giveaway. #hourly, #hourly, create. Announce that it's open. Also, please get into the Horde draw. There's There's that. Enter both of those if you have not already. Let me get a couple quick repairs in. Most of these guys are fine. This guy had to repair a bit because I didn't use the boosters. And it was very noticeable when I was sitting in the edge of the abyss. Okay, so usually at this point, I just have to throw in these two things. I get enough of these for about 3 hours. So, Navy Cat Booster 400s, we want 3 of. Scourge, we generally want about 2,000 more. Stack that, that's good. This is about 500 over what I normally grab, but it is definitely an acceptable. You know what? For this guy, I'm going to drop off the 500. The reason being, I need that space to loot things. Hey Kinks, how's it going? Hashtag hourly, hashtag horde, get in on those draws. The horde is at the end of the stream. The other one is very shortly. Scourge, we're going to grab about 1,500 of this. And we're going to go 400s for this. And you're just going to max those out at 4. And you're good. Over here, we want Kata, 3 Kata Darks to start off. Actually, I have to throw 10 more of that guy. Accept. We're going to stack that. 1, 2, 3. Drop that stuff off. Stack that. Kata Darks back into here. There we go. Okay, so you're good. You're good. You still need 1,200 missiles and boosters. Nope. Damn it. 1,200. And 4 of those. And you should be good there. Alright, I'm going to leave you guys for a... I'm going to answer your questions first. Kinks, I'm quite well, thank you for asking. This is now 5 hours of Abyss that I ran today, so doing pretty good. So generally boosters last an hour, and my runs are about 15 to 17 minutes or so, generally. So I can usually get 3 runs in and have about 13 minutes left on my booster. So I can go into the last one, and usually I can finish those first 2 rooms in 5 minutes each, and I have 2 minutes left on my boosters. And 2 minutes is all I need to get control of the room. Now, keep in mind, I keep extra boosters on me. Booster, booster, booster. So, I might have to close that. So we'll see how loud that gets. So, if my boosters wear off while I'm in there, I can just pop the extra set if I need it. So, for example, if it's an angel room, I pop the boosters. If it's a devoted room or a deep watcher room or something not DPS intensity, then I can just leave it the hell alone and it's not a problem. Probably a lot more. The nice thing about living in an apartment building is I don't have to mow the lawn. So, I'm guessing anyway. So, I'm going to go and start a... What the hell? I swear I had longer ad breaks on here. 2-minute ad break. I will be back in a couple minutes. I'm just going to go use the washroom, and I still have quite a bit of coffee. Nope, that sounded like a bike, actually. So, interesting bike fact, or I'm assuming it's a fact, it makes sense to me anyway, is sometimes bikes can be fairly loud, and you might get annoyed at them. I've learned to not get annoyed at them for the simple fact that if a bike is loud, you hear the bike, and you know where the bike is when you're driving, and that's safer for the bike. So I can no longer be loud at them if they're looking after their safety. It's a little bit during the summer, during nicer days, you enjoy your bike rides. I don't mind. So I'm going to leave you with an ad break, and I'll be back in a minute. swap my coffee for a Diet Pepsi. Alright. That's done. These guys should be about ready. Undock, 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 and undock. Let's go over here to MooBot, hourly, close, announce, draw, announce, backbone 6666. Congratulations, you've won that. Paste. You do not have a registered IGN. Please type IGN and your in-game name. So, for example, for myself, local the nub, and I shall send that off to you. Okay, so let's go. Warp Fleet. Consume, consume. Going to be a bad person. How long do you have left on yours? 23 minutes. That's fine. And let me go here, copy that. Oh, wait. Did I have an why did I have an underscore there? It still does not. All right, cool. Go. I don't redraw. If you guys have to go for whatever reason, then that's perfectly fine. If you've entered my draw, you've entered my draw. And that's just the way it works. The reason for it is I understand that people have lives and jobs and things. And if it's 12 o'clock and I have a 3-hour stream, you can't stay up till 3. You have to go. I get that. I have a career. I get sick sometimes. I fully understand. I want you to enter the draw, but not have to stay that extra time. However, just so you know, make sure you have type showing, and don't be like Chaos and don't have type showing and be a scrub. Although, to be fair, now that I think of it, I can fly with Chaos, because I'll just mark what he needs to shoot. Chaos! F1 monkey. Warden, fire... Nope, damn it. Firewatcher, I have to start shooting this guy again. There we go. Okay, preservers for you. And you're going to work on the cruisers. So I should work at doing some mining in the wormhole that I live in. I pulled 8 retrievers into it with the intention of obviously doing quite a bit of mining. I have to... So I'm a little torn on what to fly for that. I really like the frigates. I really like the fact that a venture costs 500,000 to 1.5 million ISK. The loss is negligible. It is so small that you're not going to lose anything if you lose your whole fleet. That's what I like about it. You lose a fleet of retrievers, that's going to be a different story there. 60 million retrievers, actually 60 to 80 million retrievers, times 8, there goes 700 million ISK. Little bit different. However, I've already mined that much worth, so they are paid off from mining. So I'm willing to give it that go. Okay, you're shooting the last guy there. I did not even check that. Explosion velocity penalty, that kind of sucks, but not so bad. Cap, I kind of figured that coming from you. And turret, nobody cares. So, I mean, Mac and Hulk are tier 2s. You can triple to quadruple the price. And now instead of losing 600 million, you're losing 3 billion. And also on wormhole mining, I can get jumped. I might even... I kind of want to swing them out to Pockman. Not even retrievers. I take the smaller tanky one. What's the smaller tanky one? Ooh, 191. Spectre, how's it going? How you doing tonight? Make sure you do hashtag Horde to get in on the draw, please. They might not want other people to join, but I do. Oh god, no. I've killed tons of angel rooms. I beat 2 or 3 of them today. It is, but if you're going to Pockven, people are probably less likely to jump 8 Procurers with 2-point defense than 8 Retrievers. Because besides the tank, they can also use bigger drones, and they get 50% damage to drones. So nobody probably really wants to have, like, a fleet of 40 light drones chasing them down. It's a lot of blue cloud. I can kind of appreciate that. Are you... you had to be short range, Deviant. If you were medium, that would have been perfect. You know what? I'm just going to do this, and we're going to fly backwards a little bit. Regroup. Didn't mean to target that guy first, but that's alright. Ah, gotcha. So to be fair, what I actually really like, but I can't quite... It takes more skill to get into them than it does to barges, is the Prospect. The Prospect is a nice little ship for mining, T2 version of the Venture, but it still keeps the price point low. They, instead of being 60, 70 million, they're 20 million. And they can get away easier and have much more tank than what a Venture does. So it's not bad. All right. So are you talking 1 account, 2 account, or you're going right for 3 accounts right off the bat? Hawk is by far the easiest. Or do you mean, like, what Hawk is a good one to start with? Give me one moment. I have a fit for that. You, with a face, do not AFK in the Abyss. 1 second, AFK. Abyss. Log. See, he kicked me out again. This is why I'm not happy with Abyss Tracker today. You can shoot that guy. My fits. Okay, so this is the one that I highly recommend for for tier 4 or 5. It is my workhorse, and the reason being is that if you lose it, it's paid off pretty quickly. Even in lower tiers, if tier 4, it's paid off pretty quickly. If you get good enough, it should be able to survive tier 5 with very, very few losses. And it would only take 5 runs, so about an hour, 15 minutes, or an hour, depending on how good you are, and how well skilled you are, to get into it. Skill points are a thing, and skill is a thing. Be aware of that. If you are missing either of those, then you will probably die. I mean, you're going to die anyway, but The idea is to get ISK positive as opposed to ISK negative, right? Now, Spectre, are you aware of the regroup key? Perfect. For anyone who is not aware of the regroup key, Eve brought this out, and I don't think they specifically mentioned it. You can make a fleet regroup key, so I made it my /, and what that is when I go into the Abyss, my tank just hits /, and these two will start orbiting him right away. It's quicker than me having to go to two different characters and go approach this guy. It's bam, they're gone, as opposed to right-click, approach, right-click, approach. It's just boop, done. It's super useful, speeds things up a lot. And also, it's much easier to use in like an emergency. I say emergency because nothing is really an emergency. But if you have guys who are flying off somewhere, oh, 1 sec, please, stop, stop, and stop. This is a new tactic I'm doing. Wait about 5 seconds, overheat this. So mostly, we're marking them, we're overheating that, and then we're moving. Now, this does multiple things that you may not be aware of. The first thing it does is it makes it so I'm immediately overheated, don't have to worry so much about that stuff, right? The second thing it does is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fleet leader is the only one that can do it. The second thing it does, and this is generally a benefit, but you have to be careful with it, is it makes it so that they switch targets a little bit faster. Now, the reason you have to be careful with it, that can also be dangerous. Because if your alts can't tank the damage, you're just going to die on your alts, and that's not a good thing. You need to get them all through. Don't be afraid of overheating. Overheat early, overheat often. One there, we're doing fine. This guy needs to overheat. That guy's alright. Not a ton of support in that side of things for these guys. So we're doing alright. This guy's taking a little more damage. He's webbed by like 3 dudes. So that could be somewhat problematic. Which one is shooting him? B. We're going to kill this one next. Uh-oh. Okay. Shoot. Overheat belief. Let's turn off that heat. You seem to be doing all right. Okay, who's actually being shot at? You are. Okay, we're good. Except this guy's not shooting. That's the only problem there. So, this guy's being shot at, but he's only being webbed by this guy. This guy's being webbed. This guy's being webbed. Those webs aren't on him, making him take more damage. So he's alright. I still have my ADC, too. I mean, paste would make sense. Quiet, Annis here. I don't do that here. I'm going to turn off overheat on you. Okay, all of the symbols are essentially dead at this point, and we should not have anything overheated. Nope, we're good. So every once in a while, when I get one this bad, 5 symbols is fairly high. Sometimes you have to watch that. But I will dock up and repair after this one. Despite the fact that it's my first run and I don't usually do that, we will be this time. Annis here, I definitely thought you said only if you have pants, and I definitely don't have pants, so that could have been an issue. Okay, let's shoot that guy. By that I mean the loot. Loot that. Should Medusa. 86 million. Stack that. Approach over here. Okay, this guy does not have to dock up, but these two do. These two heated to 51% and 57%. This guy overheated to 13. He's fine. Shoot that guy. Welcome back, Belle and Freya. Let's shoot that one. I know, right?
We had a fun time at the park.
Good. So, I've had options, and I'm like, okay, do I want to, you know how they say like dress for the job you want kind of thing? I've considered that, and I'm like, okay, so I could totally like not suit. I do have a suit, but besides the point. But like nice pants and nice shirts, and I'm like, I could totally do that. But I live in Canada, and god damn if it doesn't get hot here. So especially other places it gets hot, but like, I don't like heat. I like being comfortable. If I'm going to go fly on a plane, I don't want to be wearing pants. They're not comfortable on a plane. You just sweat in them. They suck. I will stick with my shorts, thank you. 375 million in about 15 minutes. Let's go dock up right quick. Yeah, you can grab your cat boosters from there. So usually this is the only guy that needs to... They definitely do. This is the only guy that needs to restock on cat boosters fairly regularly. Occasionally these guys do, but for the most part they're not too bad. Undock, undock. You're not wrong, but I still like my AC. Okay, you're still going to boosters for about another 7 minutes. Okay, you wanted 4 more boosters. Stack that. Dock. There's definitely a lot of places that are hotter than Canada, which I also realized I never want to visit any of them in the summer. Warp Fleet. Definitely the winter, though. Six minutes. Alright. I have to try to remember his boosters at some point, so I'm going to leave my window open here. Alright. Approach. 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 Open fleet hangar. Activate that.
Yay!
And into this one. So this is the second one? Second one. Now I might only get 3 in this hour because of that detour, but we'll see. Some of these have been awful quick today. This is not going to be one of them. No tangling. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is, yeah, that looks fine. Let's orbit this at 15. So the reason I look for tangling is they will absolutely murder my face. They almost did it today, actually. Where what it is, sorry, just 1 second to make sure I'm moving, which I am, is tangling. Obviously they web you, so if there's multiple tangling and they hop on you, then all of the Kikimoras can get into range of you and hurt you. So I had 4 tangling earlier today, and they caught me fairly close to the start, and that was not nice. There's places in the States where like an inch of snow will, like, not even in it. Well, no, I guess an inch of snow will just shut everything down. They don't have winter tires. All seasons aren't good enough.
That sounds like Vancouver.
Yeah, Vancouver's kind of like that too. So Vancouver's a Canadian city, but it's a Canadian city where it tends to rain and not snow. They get a little bit of snow, same thing. They get shut down. Yeah, salt takes care of it really quickly, but if you don't have a salt budget, then things to distribute salt like snow plows, which they're not going to have snow plows, then it goes downhill real quick. And mostly because they just can't stop going downhill at all. Okay, 1-2 ghosting, striking. Not that stupid anchoring, damn it. Get off there. Okay, so next question, blue clouds. No blue clouds. Alright. So, if you are aware, Damavix have a bit of a smaller signature radius. Now, you can use faction missiles instead of tier 2 to hit them better. However, in going to faction missiles, you are now reducing your damage already anyway by like 10-15%. They apply better. However, they don't do as much damage. So you're already just not doing as much damage. You can do not as much damage with Fury, in my opinion. I don't like the idea of switching any more than I have to. And Damavix are the only frigate that can give me issues. And you saw that I already have a way to deal with a full Damavix room. So it's not a huge deal. This room is nice when there's no tangling because you can kill the Drex before they wrap up. So yeah. Oh, 120. I'm like, it's 90 degrees out. It's hot. Canadian, like 25 Celsius. But, oh, yeah, I don't want anywhere near that. Like 25, what's 25 Celsius in Fahrenheit?
Hello?
Yeah.
Do you know where the Steam Deck is?
It's on the shelf over there charged.
Okay, awesome.
77, that doesn't sound right. Okay, maybe it's 30, I hate more. So, 86 Fahrenheit, I am not a fan of, which is 30 degrees Celsius.
Oh yeah, that's gross.
I know, right? But there's places in the States where it's 120. Bell agrees that 30 degrees Celsius is gross. Especially if there's any form of humidity.
Yeah, there are people in Canada that during the winter they go somewhere warm. We're not those people.
I already said that.
Oh.
I'm like, yeah, I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to go vacationing to a hot place in the summer. That should not be a thing.
Snowbirds.
No, snowbirds is in the winter, deer, specifically.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We could do snowbirds.
Yeah. Well, maybe.
Go somewhere where it's like 5 degrees all winter.
Yeah. Actually, that sounds bad. Remember when we went to Vegas and it was really not that hot because we went in October.
Yep.
I mean, it was still warm.
Arizona's 120 right now. What is that? Again, F2C. 48? Screw that shit. I mean, I've done that before, but I do not want to. It's not fun to me. Hey, Miso, how you doing? I know, right? Winnipeg probably isn't too bad in the winter. Just 7-foot snowbanks and minus 40.
Mercy is the mark of a great man.
Restaurant. Why is that off the
Guess I'm
side?
just a good man.
Nope, not that one.
Well,
Thank you for the sub,
alright.
Rest Garden. I appreciate it. Let's put that back in the center. Oh, I think I had like a bunch coming through and I had to move something. Where's my screen? There we go. So I've been playing Diablo 4, and I picked up Baldur's Gate 3 because that's coming out, and everything about it sounds super exciting. Might be a mistake, but I kind of doubt it. Although, to be fair, I won't have had it for 2 weeks when it comes out, and I haven't played it yet. So, if things go downhill real quick, I'll be alright. I wasn't aware that only, like, the first act was available at this time. I thought the early access had more than that, but someone was telling me it was the first act. However, I'm very excited for it. Alright, so nothing good to kill those guys in this, so we are going to turn around, and there are 2 of those. I don't like these starving. We're going to kill the starving. This is going to be bad. Okay, it's not going to be bad. Oh, god damn it, there's 3. That might be fine. Whatever, bad idea time. Okay, so we cannot fly straight out of the abyss yet. Let's turn that back on, though. We want to get there. And those guys did not follow. They might not be hitting. See, that's why this guy's the tank. Because I need... Ooh, crap. There we go. We got everything in there. Let's shoot A. It's also a bad idea. Maybe I'll die. That doesn't happen in a while. Some of the newts switched off, so I'm probably fine. There we go. Okay, so approach the nub. Approach the nub. It's a problem for you. 2, 2, and 2. And let's go 1 and 2 on these guys. Pop that. Turn that back on. Okay, how fast are you? 600? Not 600. Okay, cool. It's okay if I hit the edge. And not everyone, and not, these 2 aren't dead, I think. Anime mech game. There is a Robo one that's a shooter game that's not too bad. RoboQuest? Kind of want to say. Okay, so where's this? So I need to be going this way. Ideally, I would like to hit the edge. Ooh, there it is. Before this guy does. And we're going to keep ABs on until right about there. You definitely need to leave your AB on. You can turn yours off. We're going to inch out a little bit more on this one. Okay. 20, we can go a little further. There we go. About 40 is where I like to sit. Okay, haven't shot any tangling yet. Let's target them all. Let's see which ones are already losing some, like this guy here, and this guy here, and this guy here. Now, fun part. So this guy's catching up. I can turn his AB off. Let's poke just a smidge and further out. You need your boosters on again, which is what we had a problem with last time. Should be okay this time. And we still have one more room after this, so it's probably going to be a 3-run hour. Unless the next room is a short room. I do like your Frogamoth that you're painting up there, Anasir. So, did you buy that pre-printed from somewhere, or where did you get the model itself? Because you was it that one that looked 3D printed? I think it was, wasn't it? Did someone print it for you? Nice. Has anyone here played Icarus, by the way? Okay, we're going to start heading out of here. I don't know why this guy never took any damage coming in, but that's alright. He's the last guy there, so we can definitely start heading towards that gate. Now, I usually like to be in the next room in about that 10-minute mark, which we're definitely past that. However, we will still be up on time, and considering I got a Vedmak Damavik room and a Drekovic room, we're not doing too bad. Oh yeah, like, I'm aware of how those work. Was that one? That one's plastic, right? It was printed in a couple different pieces. That's not a resin one, is it? Is it? The resin I ended up printing with was a little more brittle than I cared for, but I mean, it worked. It was really nice, but still brittle. Okay, reload all these guys. We just use a smidgen over that. You are approaching that wreck. I shouldn't have to tell you again. Oh, that's resin. Okay. So there's a couple different kinds. I think I needed to experiment more than I did. Okay, good. I got a Velies there. That'll be a little bit more worth it. Yeah, I saw that. That's something that you can kind of print on resin in one piece. A little bit better. Ooh, this is beautiful. Look at this. Nice puffy blue clouds right here. Okay, so let's go here. And it's a mixed damage room, so blast lance. Never mind, I saw. So, blue clouds and a deviant. That is a beautiful, beautiful room for me. Now, I generally don't recommend just sitting here, however. Okay. Let's see what happens. Probably just going to do this. Start heading towards the exit. Rodivas will mark because they're going to die next. So because all of these guys are being hit by the medium deviant, the Rodivas aren't going to be able to switch targets quick enough, and they're already down shields and some health, so they're going to be real easy to take out. Snarecaster should probably die too. Snarecaster has a bit smaller of a signature radius, so I like throwing at least 2 guys on, if not all 3, to just kind of get him out of the way. Huh, might be able to get 4 in yet. It's hard to say. I'd need another really good run yet. $139 there. Like, everything I'm hearing about Baldur's Gate 3 says, yeah, it should be a 10 out of 10. I've played so many games. One I need to play a little bit more. So I think it was, I beat Pillars of Eternity 1. I beat Divinity 2. I need to play more Pillars of Eternity. I have to say that one out because Path of Exile is also PoE. 2, Deadfire, because whatchamacallit's coming out and it's based on that world. Forsaken, I think it is. And which it's such a nice world too. Like, it's all kinds of messed up. It's fantastic. And what else? Witcher 3 was pretty easy. But I mean, sometimes that's what you want. It's like Skyrim. Skyrim is not a hard game. At the start, bears are going to kill your face, dragons are going to kill your face, you're not going to get too far right off the bat. But once you hit like even level 20, you just start rolling over things. And that's part of the enjoyment of it, is being able to explore and roll over things. Fallout's kind of the same way. It's just a good game loop that it starts off a little bit tough, but then it gets you into the story of things. 16 and a half minutes. Did not check that first, but that looks fine. Approach there. Approach there. We'll see how long the next one takes. Open fleet hangar. So first of all, how many cat boosters do I have left? 7. I'm going to want a couple more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Throw this stuff over here. 400s. 3. Cat of Darks. Let's throw 3 over here. Like, once you start running around Fallout 3 with a Gauss rifle, it's like, thank you, it's done. I know, right? But at some point in time, like, the Skyrim games, the Fallout games, even the Witcher games, it's a really good way to make you break the game and to get it broken, but sometimes people like that. And part of the reason that Diablo 4 is in a little bit of trouble now is because they did that with Diablo 4. But instead of buffing the monsters or doing something like that, Cataclysmic, thank you for the follow, they nerfed everyone. They made it so that here, this is broken, but now we're unbreaking it. So everything is now harder for you to do. So what was fun of having it a bit broken is now gone. Even though you spent quite a bit of time to get it broken. And it's like, maybe you guys should have just left it a little bit broken and made other things a little bit stronger, but give more loot. They had the season coming to do it with. And that's not how they did it. It's like, your seasons should be a lot of the adjusting, not like direct nerfs. Oh yeah, no, I've heard about that. They're apparently doing another Fireside, I think, on top of rolling back some of the nerfs. I don't know how many of them are getting rolled back though. But my favorite is when they take like the worst class in the game and then nerf it more. It's like, you suck, sorcerers. Thanks for coming out. Which is a shame. That's usually one of my favorite classes to play. But right now I'm playing a Whirlwind Barbarian, and before that I was playing a Necromancer. Bone Spear, Bone Spirit. And right now I'm playing a Spin to Win Barb. Hammer of the Ancients, eh? I did read up a little bit on that. I didn't look too closely at it, though. I got a Sacred Ring today that if my core ability hits at least 5 guys, like 40% of it's refunded. Which, for a Spin to Win Barbarian, is most of what I do. I'm level 62, 63, somewhere in there. So, it's like, I've just been bashing through. Today I mostly bashed through some of the nightmare dungeons. Oh, and I also went out and murdered a couple people, and got murdered. There was a werewolf that was definitely better at murdering people than me. And there was a rogue that was on par or a little less than me, depending on who got the jump on who. If I had my abilities, well, to be fair, I just need my Spin to Win and a couple things. And you know what? I should probably have switched something up there, but I just went in for the fun of it with my PvE specs, so it was not ideal whatsoever. But it was still fun. More or less, I just smash my shouts and hop in the middle of something and spin and watch things die, including players. I still need to do that. I've done it in 2 spots, but I still have the other 3 to do. Devoted, this is a really easy room for me. Let's go this way. I'd stream it, but oh my god, Diablo is like the game is so poorly built in some ways. that it's almost annoying to just play it normal. Like, so one of my friends was talking. One sec here. Did you just finish reloading? What was going on with that? Shoot you. One of my friends was talking about how for the part of the reason there's a bunch of lag apparently, and I'm not 100% sure on this. You can correct me if you've heard something different. Is because they use the some of the coding from Diablo 3 to essentially load other people's inventories and stashes, but the difference is that instead of like that are nearby, the difference is Diablo 3 is a max of 3 characters with their stashes nearby. Diablo 4 can have a lot more of that, especially in a town. So it's loading stashes of like 10 people, which is irrelevant information for you unless you're trading with them or something. And that's causing issues with performance. And it's like, this is why I played one character on hardcore mode and why I probably won't play another one. I got to level 19 and died to screen lag. It's like, that wasn't as fun as I had hoped it was. One and two on that. But I don't know about you, but like just the odd stuttering that it gets, and I have a 4070 Ti, is freaking annoying. Like, now don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with using your old code if you're using it properly, which they did not appear to do. It's okay. It's not like I know another company that might be bad for that sometimes. Okay, that's a transfer. We're making really good time on this one. It'll depend on the last room, but maybe. But it's not like it's well. I was gonna say it's not normal type lag. It's not, you know, internet lag. I've got fiber. That shouldn't be it. It's just an annoying rubber banding screen lag. And I've also got caught up on things that it's like, there should be nothing there. Like, I see where it's getting caught up and I see why it's getting caught up. But that's just poorly done graphics. Tuzan, how you doing today? Ooh, nice. Does it have a premium model like everything else does these days? Guild Wars 2. I'm pretty sure it does. Oh, the mount is just another... They should just take out the charges on the mount and let you just run through everything. The mount is terrible. Like, maybe put a little bit more of a cooldown on for the PvP zone. Here, you have a 15-second delay on your mount in PvP. Done. Somebody can't kill you that fast. They don't deserve to. Okay, harrowing Vila is super easy. These things, however, destroy our missiles. So we don't want to be near them. If you have the medium one there, you can totally use the medium one to do some fun things and destroy all of their drones. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you can help with these ghosting. I know, right? So actually, here's another discussion I was having. What's better, Diablo 3 or Diablo 4? Is it? Why is Diablo 4 better than 3? I'll tell you right now, we all play 4, but that doesn't mean it's a better game. That just means it's a newer game that has different content. I promise you, if there's an EVE Online 2 with better graphics and, you know, like some tweaks and, you know, walking in a space station and watching a TV, you'd probably play that for a while too after it first came out. But you might ditch it after a while if it wasn't living up to what you wanted to. So, for actually, Diablo 2 is a good example. They put Diablo 2 out again, and a lot of people were playing it because it was an excellent game. Oh, right, yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, actually, yeah, that was the whole point of Guild Wars 2. Never mind, I was kind of silly on that. Guild Wars 2 whole model is we don't have a subscription. Good job, Loki. Why did you take so long to kill that? Oh, wait, no, that's one each. Okay, you're fine. You were perfectly on time. Don't let anyone tell you different, dude. Just gonna turn that off for a minute. But that's the thing. All of the quality of life things in Diablo 3, they didn't put to 4. Like the pet to go grab gold, or items. That board that they had, like they have the Paragon board, but that other board that is like, here, this stuff is now meaningful. They took out crafting for a lot of things. You can craft some potions, but I have like 1,000 goddamn leather. And I have nothing to use 1,000 goddamn leather for. Like, there's just nothing in the game for it. And they've done a lot of that, and it's like they walked back. A good example of something that did this in a very, very, very bad way is Kerbal Space Program 2. They came out with Kerbal Space Program 2, and they're like, this! And it's like, Kerbal Space Program 2 has none of the quality of life that 1 does. At all. Like, we get that they're making it from the start, but everything great from 1 is not in 2 at all. Oh, Diablo 1 coming out was absolutely amazing. What is terrible, terrible graphics now was fantastic, fantastic graphics back then. Everyone loved it. And if you think about it, even as bad as the graphics are now, that thing ran on nothing. Like, give me 1 second. I'm just gonna peek at something. Hopefully these guys still die, but we'll see. I might have to fly over that way. Oh, I'm out of the speed cloud. We're good. 92. Okay, we're a little close to this one, so we just want to get away from that and that. Let's go this way a little bit. Sit there. I want to go check something. So, Diablo 1 system requirements. 60 megahertz Pentium is what that ran on. 60 megahertz. Like, nothing. It ran on nothing. Oh yeah, they were. But for what it was, like, that was the first of that was out. Although, to be fair, my favorite thing was a brilliant game of Blizzard's was Warcraft 3. Warcraft 3, I'm pretty sure, spawned 2 brand new types of games that just did not previously exist. They made side things in Warcraft 3 that made brand new game types. It really was. But Warcraft 3 in itself, despite coming out with brand new game types thing, it was a fantastic game, but that type of game already existed in Warcraft 2. It was definitely an improvement, but I've missed time on that. That's okay. And I have to check that. How much time do we have? 11's cutting it close, but I have another set of boosters. And this guy's already set up anyway. So we're going to give it a go. but it was all of the extra little stuff that they threw into Warcraft 3 that made it so good. It spawned MOBAs and it spawned tower defense games. Because they made a tower defense side mission in Warcraft 3, and everyone loved it. And now there's like hundreds of tower defense games. I want to say hundreds. It might not be that many. Though I'm pretty sure Kingdom Rush has like 10. Perfect. This is a great first room for this. Where's this? Let's try that. Nice. Okay, let's brush that. Oh, I hear my daughter sleeping. Don't worry, I'm pretty sure she's fully asleep.
That's fake sleeping.
What? Okay, apparently she's fake snoring again.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Nobody's taking any real damage, so I'm probably going to switch over to that. Let's help kill that guy. Ooh, well, I'm glad I put you guys on you to make that happen. And 4. Battle Forge. I feel like I've heard it. I don't think computer game, right? Oh. Huh. So, I thought I had heard of it, but I don't really remember it offhand. Just glancing at what I see there. But yeah, tower defense wasn't really a thing before Warcraft 3. They made it as a little side mission thing, and it took off. And MOBAs obviously came from the original Dota there. That guy. Purpose transfer. As long as there isn't a speed cloud there, we should be fine. It really is. You're not shooting. Why are you not shooting? Actually, oh, probably because of that. Okay. That guy ran into cap. I'm like, what the hell's going on there? But he's in a red cloud and he is minus cap. I mean, it remains to be seen. It's a little early yet. I can honestly say that I'm happy with the amount of time I've spent in Diablo 4 and what I paid for it. If I can get 40 hours out of a game that I pay full price for, then that's not too bad. Getting less than that is problematic. I'm currently not working on my T5 Nurgle series, in case you're curious. Tangling. 1, 2. 2. I don't like this room. Really don't like this room. Where are you guys? Okay, I'm going to make my way down to actually that gate. These tangling definitely have to die first. It's not even a question. How many Kikis are in here? 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay. That's. I don't want to tank 5 of them, but I could probably tank 5 of them in a pinch. 6 minutes. Okay. Might not have boosters to the last room. That isn't necessarily a problem. Just means I might have to pop some boosters for the last room. And we're gonna go, where's the gates over there? Let's go this way. It's okay if I get in range of things because that tangling is going to be dead. And once that tangling is dead, they can't lock me down, right? This guy has 14 cat boosters left. So it's okay if I use a couple cat boosters if I need to. And this guy has 10 left, which is less than I had hoped, actually. But it's not like a dangerous amount. I'm going to actually kill these, though. Because essentially, aside from the one I'm killing, all of these Drex are pretty well up to full health. So there's not a lot of benefit to killing them over these Damavix. The Damavix also chased me out. Apparently, I might have gotten out of range a minute here. So they shouldn't get a ton of remote reps. There we go. To be fair, I'm a slacker and I don't know how far they can remote rep up to. The Drex, that is. They're probably back in range of them now. So they're kind of in an interesting spot. Right now, I would say they have 2 weeks. They have 2 weeks to captivate their audience, or the game is going to go a bit to the wayside. Now, the only reason it wouldn't die out completely for it is because it is, in fact, a Blizzard game. If it was any other company, they would be screwed. But it's Blizzard. They won't be screwed. So, for example, the cycle is closing down. I'm not sure if anyone saw me play the cycle. I did play it. I think I streamed a tiny bit of it. It could get over the fact that its player base had a big issue with cheating. And they came out with a lot of quality of life stuff. The last times I played it, I did not notice that many cheaters. However, the game's pretty well dead now. They lost too much of their player base, and it's going to shut down in September. If Garv is here, he's going to be bitter vetting a little bit of that because he's really sad to see it go. It's his first shooter he's been able to get into, and the second game he's played. But I like the game. It's just, there were times when it's like, okay, how did that guy even actually find me? And I like to say they're probably cheating, but PoE, I like PoE. I like the idea of PoE. I could never get into it. Don't really know why. 40k fall off? Do you know do you have the optimal up? Or do you mean 40k optimal and then fall off after that? 30k. That's actually quite a long range. Okay, so we're going to do a quick reload here just so that it's all at the same time. After these 3 are dead, we can absolutely grab loot and not have to worry about these 2 Damavix. To be fair, we could probably do it a smidgen earlier, but we have lots of time left for the site. Our boosters are about to wear off, I think. A minute and a half. So we have 11 minutes left. So at 9:30, they left of this site. I'm going to lose my boosters. I don't have enough time left on them for the last room, but I can absolutely go and have my stuff ready and let it wear off. I probably will try it again with PoE too. I really like the idea of Pillars of Eternity. Damn it, I lost it. I had it. I even said it earlier. Son of a bitch. Nope, it's gone. What did PoE stand for again? I remember it. I just forgot it. Path of Exile, thank you. That's a Magic the Gathering card. Ugh. Starting to play ooh, 261. Okay. Starting to play Magic again. Just filthy casual. I won't be cracking any boxes. I'll just be doing F&M and whatnot. Not Path of Exile. So, mind you, I say that, and the draft I'm going to be doing this weekend is like an $80 goddamn draft. However, the purpose of it is less for me to get back into Magic, and more of me just going out and socializing a bit more. Oh my god, what BS? 4 Marshals, 6 Drainers. What fresh hell is this? We're going to bounce a little bit. Alright, well, let's go for it. Orbit at 5,000. It's going to suck. Let's go for the Drainer Frigates. See if I made a mistake or not. There's an Arrestor Pacifier I have not killed yet. Yeah, I know. It's terrible and fun at the same time. I guarantee you this would not be a room that Aguila would generally want to see. However, the reason I can have fun in it is it's the last room. I've got quite a few cat boosters left. Well, a few anyway. Yeah, you got 5. You're good. These newts are almost done, which puts me on... Oh, wait, no. Orbit this, which means I can shoot that Thunderchild next. Oh, shit. So there was something I probably should have done and didn't, and that was pop boosters, but I was alright. I missed it. Thank you for the follow. I'll get in a second. 1 second. We watch. Macap, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Hope you're having a wonderful evening. Make sure you go hashtag Horde in the chat. I'll be doing a draw shortly. Let's target you and you. Thunderchild's dead first. Let's orbit that. Shooting the attacker Marshal. Everyone's got cap. We're good. Okay, who can tell me something that looks weird? First person to mention something that looks weird and that is weird that I'm thinking of currently in this noggin, I will give 50 million S2. Definitely a little easier for me to notice. So besides the fact that that's a terrible room, what can you tell me? What cloud? Jules answer this right, he gets 50 million ISK. And I've got a little bit of time, so I'm fine with that. We finished this one. You can dock up. Jules, what about the cloud? That's not it, but I'll give it to you anyway. You're the only one who said anything. And this is a bug in the Abyss. Okay. Am I anywhere near a red cloud? We have a... So, actually, first of all, let's just get these two out. They don't need to be in here for this. Okay. No red clouds up this way. None. Be aware that that can happen in the Abyss, and it can happen with different clouds. I'm kind of glad it's the red cloud. It is applying the effect. If we take a look at this, the current cycle time is 1.4 seconds. This guy's cycle time is... what is it? 2 seconds. 30%. So that one took me about 15 minutes. I just screwed around a little bit. Nope. You probably keep that effect for the rest of the Abyss. I'm not sure what causes it. Somebody else in Abyss chat might know, but you can have multiple cloud effects on at the same time, even without it being bugged. The clouds can overlap. It doesn't happen often, but I have seen it happen. I think I've seen it happen with red and blue. Alright, let's stack this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Copy that, move that over to this character. Accept. Alright, who wants to hate me today? In the nicest of possible ways, mind you. Yes, yes it does. Fortunately, it doesn't happen very often, but it does happen. Dead Eve Appraisal, goodbye Eve Appraisal, Eve Tycoon, paste, submit. Here is my loot from today. Now, I did 2 hours, that would be about 2.8 billion or so, 2 point something billion. Unfortunately, the other thing was not working the way I hoped it would, but that's kind of what happens sometimes. Okay, so we're going to do the Horde Draw. This is your last chance to get into it. I've got a little bit of setup to do for it. We are going to take this. We're going to do this. Grab these cards. Because I've been out for 2 weeks because I got sick, I'm going to have to count them. Throw this under here. The card that you are after is the Planeswalker on top, Kaya. I believe it's Kaya. Yep. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 cards left. So whoever wins, we will need a number between 1 and 19. Let me see if I got a message from that person. No, I did not. Okay, let's close this up. And now it said it's closed. Let's go. Oh, damn it! I don't have a scene for that. Add scene 2. And we are going to add. Nope, not add. Let's go add a display capture. Just bot. And probably this one. There we go. So it is closed. We can see that it's closed. The winner of tonight's Horde is Hippie Grenade. Are you here, Hippie Grenade? Doesn't matter if you're here or not, you win. Let's archive that. Hopefully he has an IGS. I do prefer that, that's for sure. And he does. Perfect. So, Hippie Grenade, if you are here, you have won the draw of the night. Let's go over to Hippie Grenade. Hippie Grenade. You won the Dragon's Horde. You get the prize regardless, but if you're on one, I'd like pick a number between 1 and 19. And just in case he's not, random number generator, 1 to 19. We'll give him a minute. We'll start shuffling this up. Actually, you know what? I'm not even going to random it. Somebody pick a number between 1 and 19, please. First number I see is the one that gets it. Oh, I have to draw another name, actually. The second name gets 100 million ISK regardless. 13 it is. Alright. And I saw Anastair's first. That's the one that's going to be picked. MooBot, View Archive, View, Show Information. Nope, might have to be another one. Cannot bring that back. Alright, cool. Remind me, we'll do this one right after this draw. So, 13. Let's see if Hippie Grenade answered me. Nothing back from Hippie yet. Let me go grab that name. He has a quick minute to get back to me. If not, we'll just send it to him. It's not a problem. And 13 is the number Anastair picked. I like it when you pick it like 2/3 of the way through. It leaves enough that there's plenty of suspense, but if it hasn't gone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was 5, so he doesn't get that. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Common, 150 million ISK for him. Let's go back here. Throw that there, so this goes back over into this. And 18 cards for the next time, which should be Thursday. Let's go put this back up here. Get to look back at my pretty face again. Okay, and over to here, fleet, paste, auto-link character, give, 150, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is sent off. Never got anything back from the other guy, but that's fine. If he does get back to me, he will win it. We're going to close this, announce this closed, draw the winner, announce the winner, Jules! Congratulations, Jules. Your in-game name, Nemesis Arc, copy that over to here, fleet, paste, Nemesis Arc character, and give you 100, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go. Enjoy. You guys have yourselves a wonderful night. Let me go see who is still streaming. Twitch.
Like I'm sad. I'm actually sad. Like I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't know what's going on.
Contempo Enterprises. You guys have a wonderful night. I will see you later. I'll be popping into Contempo stream for a bit. He's one of my favorite guys. I do have a bit of stuff to do for work is part of the reason I have to go a little early. And you guys have a wonderful night. I'll see you later. This video will make it up to YouTube with some fancy, I made all of these. And yeah, you guys have a wonderful night, and I'll talk to you later. So actually, no, first, what sounds better? Almost 3 billion in 2 hours or over 1 billion an hour? Like, which way should I go? Should I go with the higher amount, or should I go with the closer to average? And let's be honest, I'm going to put out net just to anger people, of course. Over a bill. All right, sounds good. Because the bill an hour thing is the really catchy part, right? All right. I'll talk to you later. You guys have a wonderful night. I'm sending you over Contempo. I'll be in to see him. I think he's sending you prizes, so this is probably rage him. Later, guys.